but he didn't die, so they ended up dragging him up and throwing him off a cliff. It's total justice. It's like, it's another thing, another contraption, another trap that backfired on the creator. And then there's one more. Something I was reading about recently, some judge in like the 14, 15, 1600s who would do shady deals, like he would accept bribes to get people off the hook, and the king found out about it, and he had him flayed alive. And there's all these historical accounts. I mean, there's like all these documents describing it. I mean, they like tied him down to a board and skinned him alive, and just simply for accepting bribes. I mean, that's how important justice is. That's how important, and it's like, I'm fascinated with it. And do we value it? Do we value that as much these days? Like the whole legal system, and, we make fun of lawyers and stuff, but, for all their flaws and shortcomings or whatever, they're still upholding the law somehow. I don't know, I'm kind of a law fiend. I'm all about our legal system. I'm all about the government, and just really what I'm saying is I'm sort of big on justice, not revenge, but justice. It just justice just happens. It just happens on its own. It's tied in with truth, and justice has a way of making itself known. It's like you don't even have to fight back sometimes. Justice has a way of making itself known in due time. And I have a really early memory of my dad. One time he held up his finger like the number 1. He just held up one finger. And he said, "Do you know what this means, Amy?" And I thought he was pointing at the ceiling, and I looked up and I said, "No, what does it mean?" And he said, "This means justice." And it was just kind of an early memory. And I had never heard that word before. And I remember asking all kinds of questions. What does it mean? And anyway, enough rambling. My point is, I just kind of wove that into the story. A trap was made. A trap was constructed, but it backfired. And this man ended up being held prisoner in his own thing that he created to trap another thing. And but someone else was trapped with him, and so now you have these two people who are sort of attracted to each other. They don't know each other really, but they're attracted to one another, and they're trapped in this chaos. And ceiling caves in all around them, and so then the owl, messenger and wisdom and all that good stuff, they get out of there and they decide to sail on out to the east for a fresh start. They don't know where they're going, but they know they need to leave this destruction. And so they set sail to a new land, a new place. And that's where the old lady, Gladys, she gets creative and decides to melt down the copper trap and turn it into coins. So all is not lost. The trap is not pointless. it did serve a purpose. It was a carrier. It was a method of transportation across the sea, across the raging waters, and filled with sharks and mermaids and everything you can think of. Vikings. Vikings that Gladys finds herself dealing with and needs to talk with and minister to, and which makes Harry mad. He's jealous, and he can't understand that that's what she needs to do, that that's part of who she is, that's part of her whole mission, is to share things with lots of people. And she does find herself talking with strange fellows of all sorts. And I think she enjoys annoying Harry. I think she knows that she's like a thorn in his side, and it's like a contrast. It's like she's attracted to his hardness, to his bullheadedness. She's attracted to it because it gives her something to push against. And yeah. But she continues to annoy him intentionally, to get him over it, to get him to where maybe one day he'll be looking for the Vikings to talk to.